Well guys, this is my review of the Xero shoe and more specifically their range called Hana, which I have here. And I'll break this video down into the cons and pros as I found them. So I bought this back in around May thereabouts, and I've been wearing them for about 8 months. So in terms of cons, the first con that you need to watch out for with these is the shipping fees. As far as I know, and I could be wrong on this, in America, I think they offer free shipping, whereas in Europe they don't. I don't know if that's changed. But I purchased these shoes. This is actually my second pair. The first pair I bought were not the correct size. They're too large. Now I measured my foot as per recommendations or instructions on the website, and I presumed that I had the right size, and I got them over. They were too big, so I had to send them back, and I got my refund. However, you get your refund less the shipping fee. So you purchase them, you pay for shipping, and when you return them, you have to pay for shipping again. So that cost me about €30 thereabouts just to try on a pair or that particular runner. And it did put me off purchasing another pair, although I did come around to buying them. So I got these and they were the right size. They are still a bit roomy, but they fit anyway. So that's the first con. Be prepared to pay for shipping fees. Um, and be very careful of how you size your foot. You need to make sure you get the right size, otherwise you're going to be paying for the return shipping fees as well. The second con for me is this one. Is the glue on this one unfortunately is coming away. I don't know if you can see that there, and you can see that the material is coming away from the sole, and in fact that's all the way around the rim of this particular shoe, unfortunately. Now this is the right foot, and I suspect I might have got a dud one because the left foot, everything is still intact and it's perfectly fine. So this is coming away, which is not a good sign considering that I've only had them since May. And the other thing is that it's not like I do a lot of activities in these. I do run, but I run maybe once a week at the most. Most of the activity I do in these is walking and cycling. And even with that, I didn't even wear them that much during the summer because I wore my sandals mostly. So I've really kind of only worn them a lot during the last few months, maybe since September. So it's a bit disappointing that the glue has come away so soon. You can see it there as well, and that's it's not good. I don't know how long it's going to last before this material comes away from the sole. But like I said, I'm going to get some glue, and hopefully that'll do the job. And like I said, pinch of salt. Maybe it was a dud, or maybe it's just unfortunate with this particular runner because the other one is perfectly fine. The third con is that they get wet very easy. Now, in fairness to the company, they're not advertised as being waterproof or anything like that. But yeah, if there's any bit of rain on the surface or on the ground, these are going to get wet. Now that probably ties with the fact that the soles are quite low down. They're only 10 mil soles. But I wore them to work recently, and it was after rain. It wasn't actually raining when I was walking into work. The walk from my car into work was maybe 200 meters, and there was groundwater, not a huge amount, but by the time I got to the door, my feet were soaking. So the problem with that is that if I go outside or if I want to go for a run or go for a walk, I don't wear these at all. I actually just take them off. I'll only wear them when it's dry. Now, to be fair to the company, as I said, they're not advertised being waterproof, but they do let a lot of water in. So just be warned, particularly if you're a runner and if you're out running in cold or wet surfaces. The last con then is the lace. It comes. I don't know what material they have in the lace, but every time I go running, the lace comes undone at least 2 or 3 times. Now I double knot this lace and I tie it pretty tight, but it still comes undone. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the material is, but it's quite slippery, so it doesn't. I don't know what the word is for it, but it just comes loose very, very quickly. Now it's a small thing. I'm sure if I tied a better knot or if there's a different knot on, I could use that. It could probably hold it in place without it coming undone. But that's another consideration. And they're the main cons that I've come across so far. So I'll get to the pros. Number one, they're very, very, very comfortable. As I said, the base in this is 10 mil, but you don't really feel much when you're walking. And I've walked on a lot of surfaces like rocks, pebbles, hard surfaces, and you don't really feel it. And not to the extent that you don't feel it at all, but you don't feel it in an uncomfortable way. You can still walk on whatever surface you would normally walk on the ground. Really big con. Second con, or sorry, really good pro. Second pro is that there's plenty of toe room here. This is what I found really surprising. So when I bought these, I wore them for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I was going to the gym one day, and I put on a pair of my old sneakers that I've been wearing for a long, long time, which are just these. And it's probably hard to see from the picture there, but the toe room here, you can see the way the foot or the toe space narrows towards the top, whereas the Hana, they don't. And I found that when I put those old sneakers on, my toes kind of got squished like this. Now, I couldn't believe it because it felt really uncomfortable. But when I used to wear them, it didn't feel comfortable, and I think that was because I just got used to them. And when I got used to this, there was a very noticeable difference. So I can actually splay my toes out much more than I can in that or those other shoes. So that's a big, big pro for me. I like having roomy shoes, but not to the extent that my foot is going to the shoes are going to come off me. So that's really, really good. And then the third pro is that they're reasonably priced. I looked around for a lot of minimalist barefoot runners before I bought these, and they can be quite expensive. Obviously, a lot of companies have different ranges, so they have their high-end range and their budget range. This would be more of a budget range. And a lot of the other companies that I looked at were easily above €100 for most of their the runners that they sold, whereas these had a reasonably priced. These are about €80, not including shipping fees, and that's a pretty good price. So yeah, in terms of price, they're probably one of the more competitive brands. And that's it. There's the cons and the pros, or pros and cons. Would I buy these again? I would. Probably the biggest con for me is just this glue is coming away. I found that really disappointing, particularly considering that I haven't even worn these for an entire year. It's only like 8 months. Now, as I said, it could be just, I don't know, maybe I was just unlucky, but I really do like these. There isn't even that much wear on the sole either. I do find on some of my other shoes, it's only a few months before the sole is gone, but this is pretty good. So yeah, there you go. That's my review of the Xero Hana shoe. Hope that helps. Take it easy.